Okay, let's start with language class. Simple subjects, that is the title class. Simple subjects. Alberto, tell me, Alberto. No?
No.
I see that you raise your hand. No. Hello, Alberto. Maybe you want to say just hello to everybody. Okay. Yes. Okay. Nice to see you. Simple subjects class. That is the title for today. Remember that when we're talking, when we're speaking, when we're writing, we're not thinking about, oh, I'm saying a verb. Oh, I'm saying an adjective. You don't think about that. You just say the word. We use the words when you are speaking or when you are writing. But you're not saying, I'm going to use a pronoun. I'm going to use a noun. No, we don't talk about, right? You don't say, oh, I'm using a noun. Michelle is using a preposition. No, right? You are just listening. You are speaking in that way. Now, but we need to learn this because in this way, we're going to identify when we are reading or when you listen to someone, identify what he or she is saying to you, or identify or understand better the information that you want to share. Now, simple subjects we can identify in a sentence. One sentence has a subject and a predicate. Now, what is a subject and a predicate? Well, let's review that class. We're going to review what is a subject and what is a predicate. So I'm going to display a video that it's about subjects and predicate. So you are going to review this. Maybe in the class of Spanish, you have learned about subjects and predicate. So let's review that. Pay attention to this video, please. Okay, comments about this video class. Comments.
In the video, put in some examples.
Some examples, that's right, about subjects and predicates. Yes. And also it mentioned what is a subject and a predicate. Here at the end, I'm going to display this. It says a subject of the sentence tells who or what the sentence is about. And what is a predicate? The predicate of a sentence tells what the subject does. For example, here I have some examples here. Subjects and predicates. Look at here the colors. In the video we have two colors, color green and red. The subject is on green and in red the predicate. So each sentence is divided into two parts, in subjects and predicates. Subject, it can be a person, it can be an animal or an object. Who, he answered the question who or what we're talking about. And the predicate is the action. It's what is he doing? Or if it is a person, an animal, or the object. What we said about that. Now, but today we're not going to make emphasis on predicates, no, on subjects. Remember the subject, just on the subject. So the subject, it names something or someone. So let's copy everything. Yes, copy everything in your notebook. So we're going to make emphasis on the subject, but the simple subject. It's important to know that we have a subject, but we have also a simple subject that today we're going to learn about. So the sentence, every sentence has two parts. Copy everything. Two parts, a subject and a predicate. Remember, a subject, as in the video was mentioned also, it names someone or something. It can be a boy, a dentist, a person. Yes. Or as in the video display that it was about a pig, an animal. It can be an obstacle.
Miss.
Tell me.
I'm sorry for late. Pero my computer no, the password no was working.
That was working. Okay, don't worry. Right now, Khaled, we are writing in the notebook this summary. So let's copy this, Khaled. Don't worry.
Okay.
That every sentence has two parts, subject and predicate. Subject, it names, it can be a person, it names someone or something. It can be an object or an animal. But the simple subject is the most important word in the subject. In the subject, we can have two words or just one word. But the most important word or the most important thing that we want to say is a simple subject. It can be a noun or a pronoun, it says. It can be just one word, like the pronoun he, she, it. Or it can be a noun, a word. If we're talking about the dentist, so just the word dentist is going to be. But later we're going to practice. Danny?
It's an error in predicate.
Mm-hmm.
It says predicate.
Yes, here is predicate. That's right, Danny. Here is missing. It's misspelled this word. Predicate. How do you spell predicate? It's with PR, right? So here is predicate. Excellent. Thank you. Predicate.
Miss, what is the topic?
There you have it. Topic, simple subject.
Okay.
Topic, simple subject. It's here.
Oh, sub. Yeah. Okay. Every sentence has two parts. A subject
Are you writing this in your notebook, Santiago Chavez, Mia?
with
Yes. Santiago Hernandez, Sian.
the yeah.
Bless you. One minute to finish the copy class.
I finished. I finished.
Okay, let's go to next slide. Let's go to next slide. Remember, the sentence, it has two parts, subjects and predicate. We have two parts, subject and predicate in a sentence. Like, for example, I'm going to write one example before changing the slide. Let's see here. Let's write how. Okay, Mr. Chavez. No, we're going to just write an example. You don't have to copy. took a walk. Okay, here we have a sentence. This is a sentence. Mr. Chavez took a walk. Now, in this sentence, we have a subject and a predicate. What is the subject in this sentence? A subject named some or something. Someone. Who is the person here? Mr. Chavez is the subject. That is the subject because it's a person. And what is the predicate?
Took a walk.
Took a walk. Excellent.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
it's the rest of the sentence. It's the rest of the sentence. It's the predicate. So subject, it says subject name someone or something. Someone, it's a person. Who is the person, Mr. Chavez? So that is the subject. But it says the simple subject is the most important word in the subject. It can be a noun or a pronoun. What is the simple subject in this subject? This is the subject. What is the simple subject? The most important word.
I think Chavez.
Yes, Chavez, Mr. Chavez is the most important. Yeah, so Mr. Chavez is the simple subject in this case. It can be a pronoun. How can we say instead of saying Mr. Chavez? It's a boy, right? So we can say he took a walk. So he is a pronoun. He took a walk. He is a simple subject also. He took a walk. Yes. So he or Mr. Chavez is a simple subject in this sentence also. Yes. Now let's practice. Let's practice here using that information. So we're going to choose the subject and the predicate, but also we're going to choose the simple subject in that sentence. So I'm going to share this link. Together we're going to find out what is the subject and the predicate in this exercises that I'm going to display here. So just let me open it here. Okay, here I have. Here we have subject and predicate. So we're going to choose the subject. Remember that it's the naming part. It can be about a person, an animal, or something. And the predicate is the telling part. It's about the action. Where you see the word is going to be on the predicate. For example, number one, the principal. Is this a subject or a predicate? The principal.
A subject.
It's a subject, a principal. It can be a person. The little cat.
A subject.
Is a subject, that's right. The handsome prince.
What?
Is a subject again. Jumped on the trampoline. What is that? Is a subject or a predicate? If you jump,
Predicate.
it's a
It's a
predicate.
predicate.
The king and the queen.
The
A
subject.
subject.
It's a subject, excellent. Fed the animals dinner.
I
Subject.
predicate.
Predicate, fed. It's to give food to the animals and dinner. So it's a predicate, it's an action. A creative chef.
Subject.
Subject.
Is a subject. Ran through the house.
Predicate.
Predicate.
Predicate. Visited the classroom.
Predicate.
Is a predicate. And bake a cheese pizza.
Predicate.
Is a predicate. Now let's check the answers. Okay. Everything was correct, right? Excellent. You did a great job. So you identify the subjects and the predicate. Look at here. Here we have the answer. Subjects and predicate. The little cat. This is the subject. The little cat ran through the house. Imagine that this is the sentence. The little cat is the subject and the predicate ran through the house. So we're talking about the cat. The cat is the simple subject. It's the most important word in the subject. Now, sentence number two, the principal visited the classroom. The principal is the person. It can be Miss Dania, Miss Carolina Posada. So she is the principal, right? So she is gonna be the subject, and the predicate visited the classroom is the rest of the sentence. Now, a creative chef bake a cheese pizza. A creative chef is the subject and the rest is the predicate.
All
The
these
king and the
things
queen.
are a sentence.
Yeah, this is the sentence. The king and the queen fed the animals dinner. The most important is the king and the queen because we know that we're talking about these people. So is a subject. The handsome prince jump on the trampoline. So here we're talking about the prince. So this is the subject. Excellent. Good job, class. Now let's go back to the presentation. Here in the presentation, you did a great job. We're going to now practice and copy. Let's copy this in the notebook. Simple subjects, the guided practice. This is the guided practice. Sentence from 1 to 5. We're going to copy sentence 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why? Because we're going to identify the simple subjects. The simple subject.
Copy these, Miss.
Yes, the 5 sentences. Sentence 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 sentences you need to copy in your notebook. Now, it says a line divides the subject and the predicate of each sentence. So we know that the shoreline, the first part is what?
A predicate.
Subject. No, the subject. The first part is the subject.
A subject.
Has a change over years. Okay, here is Miss Bell.
Predicate.
Over years is the predicate. Excellent. So now, subject is the first part and predicate the second part, but it says highlight the simple subject. What is the simple subject, class? This is the subject. We know that the shoreline is the subject, but what is the simple subject? The most important word in this subject.
Shoreline.
Shoreline. So we're going to highlight so we can circle. This is the simple subject.
What is shoreline?
The shoreline has a change over the years. What is shoreline, class?
Change over the years.
Okay, here it has, no has. When you write divide has a because it's no has. Here is a misspell also.
Chale.
Yes.
Miss,
So what is-
divided the
Yes, you need to divide
Line?
here. I'm going to write it down here again. So what is that, class? The shoreline has a change over the years. What is shoreline? Who knows what is shoreline? As
Change as over the years.
yes, but you were asking what is shoreline, or you were telling me that it was the answer of the simple subject.
That is a simple subject.
Okay, you were saying that it was a simple subject. Okay.
Predicate.
So why shoreline, class? Because it said that shoreline has a change over years. Shoreline is the most important word in the subject. The shoreline is the complete subject. We know that these two words is the subject. But shoreline, just this word is the most important word in the subject. So just shoreline is the simple subject. The simple subject. The simple subject. Now, number 2, it says, our neighbor's cottage was close to the water. Water, okay, here is Miss Rose. Water. What is the subject in sentence number 2, class?
Our neighborhood got that.
Okay, Axel, our neighbor's cottage is the the first part of the sentence. We know that it's the subject. So
Please
this
put
is
in the lines color blue.
the line, the color blue, it divides the sentence into 2 parts. So it means that first part is subject and the second part is a predicate. So this is the subject. But what is the simple subject, the most important word in the subject? In these words that you see here, what is the most important word? Our neighbor's cottage was close to the water.
Was spotted to the
Cottage,
water.
that's
Cottage?
right. The cottage is the simple subject. Why? Because we're saying, this is the same as saying the cottage of my neighbor. The cottage of our neighbor was close to the water. So we are referring here to the cottage, la cabaña of our neighbors. Our neighbor's cottage was close to the water. So in the subject, the most important word is cottage. So this is the simple subject because it's the most important word that we have in the subject. Now, sentence number 3, it says, a storm blew mighty waves against the cliff. What is the subject in this sentence? Sentence number 3. It's storm, that's right. This is the subject of these 2 words. It's storm. But what is the most important word?
Storm.
Storm, that's right. So storm is a simple subject. Storm, because a storm is the most important word in the subject. Storm. That is a simple subject. The word that I'm circling here. Sentence number 4. It washed away tons of sand and rock. What is the subject here? It, just it. This is just the it is the subject.
And it are the most important.
It is the most important, that's right. This is a pronoun, remember. So the pronoun can be a simple subject. So it is a subject and also it is the most important. So it is a simple subject of it. Last sentence. High tides carry off some of our neighbor's yard. Look at the sentence. What is the subject in this sentence? The subject. High tides carry off some of our neighbor's yard.
A fair one, high tides.
High tides, that's right. But what is the simple subject? Excellent. High tides is the subject. Now, what is the most important word in this subject, in high tides? High, it's something you know. High tides. That is the word we're talking about something. Sides is a simple subject because that is the most important word. We refer to this word as like we are saying high tides. We're given a high is like an adjective. We're describing how are these highs? They are high. So tide is the most important word. You can say tides carry off some of our neighbors. Yeah. Or you can say high tide. So tide is the simple subject, the simple subject in the sentence. So copy these sentences from 1 to 5. You can use different colors to circle and underline the subject. Remember, the most important right now that we're making emphasis is the subject in the sentence. But we need to know that the rest of the sentence is the predicate. The rest is the predicate, is what we said about the subject. But in the subject, we can identify the simple subject, the most important word. Now, I'm going to take attendance while you copy this. So say present if you are connected. Ana Andrea.
Present.
Okay, and Anna is not connected today. Language? No. Camila Gabriela.
Present.
Okay. Isabela Kiara.
Present.
I finished.
Present.
Okay. Lucia Mia.
I finished.
Present.
Okay. Rebecca Rosa.
Present.
Present.
Valerie and Sian. Valerie Menjivar. No. Sian. No Sian today. Okay. Alberto Dani.
Present.
Fernando Hermes.
Present.
Present.
Joshua Caler.
Present.
Marcelo Santiago Hernández. And Santiago Chavez.
Present.
Okay. Thank you, Santiago Hernández.
Present.
Questions, class. Questions about the simple subject.
No.
No? Okay, listen. We have one homework in language, but not today. Tomorrow I'm going to explain. Tomorrow we have language, right? So have ready for tomorrow your a worksheet. I already shared that worksheet so you can print it or you are going to copy that information in your notebook because tomorrow we're going to work in the worksheet that I sent to your parents and also you have it on the Schoology class. Yes? Now we're going to finish here class. Once you finish, show me your notebooks and you can disconnect. You're free. Go to your recess. Okay, bye-bye Kiara, bye-bye Rebecca. Thank you, Khaled. Bye-bye Fernando. Bye-bye.
Ah,